Ladies and gentlemen, I've got an AIM surplus ported barrel. They sell this as a aftermarket barrel, and I mean, I think it's a fantastic option. As you can see, it doesn't hang over too much. We're going to see how accurate it is. We're going to see how reliable it is. But I really like this as an option for getting a ported barrel that you don't have to send your slot in. And I believe it was 70 bucks. I mean, it was very, very competitive. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. We're going to see just how reliable it is. And it came ready to shoot. It was already oiled and everything right out of the packaging. So let's go ahead and put some rounds through it. I'm shooting it with this Glock 19 Gen 5, but this barrel works for a 1 through 5 is what the packaging said. And I am shooting the Surefire X300 on the front of this, just because I wanted to be able to use my regular mallet sole holster. So we're gonna go ahead and put some rounds through it, see how it functions, how reliable it is. This is the AIM Surplus JTT barrel, or just the tip. That's what JTT stands for. I got this from AIM Surplus. This is their barrel that I bought off their website, but it is not very, it's very hard to find. It's not in stock very often. You would need to put your email in to get the alert, and then, hope that you get the alert in time to order it, because it sells out very quickly. But I happened to be online when I got the alert, or looking through my email. And so I got the email very quickly, immediately went and purchased it. It was $60 for this barrel. And as you can see, it is a black nitride finish. This barrel purports to, this ported barrel supposedly works in gens 1 through 5. As you can see, it is in a Gen 5 Glock 19. And it has been reliable so far through what I'm going to say is 150 rounds. Me and my buddy Steve put 200 rounds total through the gun. Through this barrel, I'm going to say 150 because some of those were through the other OEM barrel. So what we would do is we would shoot a few magazines through this, switch the barrel out, and then put a couple magazines through the other barrel. Once we got a good feel for how it was recoiling, we would put this one back in and then shoot a bunch more magazines through this barrel. And it was 100% reliable. I also have a hodgepodge of rounds that have like primer strikes or rounds that I'll find when I'm picking up brass, and I'll throw them in my range bag. And then when I have enough to put a, to come up with a full magazine or almost a full magazine, I will take those hodgepodge rounds, put them in a magazine, and then run the magazine through a stock Glock, one that I know it'll shoot. And that's what I did with this barrel. I took the hodgepodge rounds and ran them through, and they ran through this barrel no problem. So I am very happy with the reliability, but does it work to mitigate recoil? Aim Surplus claims that it has a 20% reduction in recoil. So we shot it through, we shot the barrel with 147 grain ammo, and I did notice a reduction in recoil. It was, for me, obvious. Now, it wasn't anything drastic, 20%. You would think you would notice, and I did notice 20%, but it's not going to make you a better shooter. It's not going to make you a more accurate shooter. You still need good fundamentals if you want to be able to shoot fast and accurately. So this barrel is no exception to that. Where I think this barrel shines is for anybody who's looking to maybe port their slide-in barrel, but they're not really wanting to send their slide in and barrel in for permanent work. So maybe you're not sure if you want to try a ported barrel or a ported slide-in barrel. This gives you a really good chance to do that, because as you can see, I don't even think that pushes out as much as a threaded barrel would, maybe about the same length. But to me, looking at this, is not as noticeable as a threaded barrel would be, maybe just under the same length. So I was really happy with it. This little bit doesn't really bother me that it sticks out that much. And this gun, personally, this is a gun that I'll carry if I'm going on vacation and I need something very compact. That's really all I do with this gun anymore. I don't shoot it because I don't get a full firing grip on it, and so it's not fun to train with. I don't enjoy shooting a gun where I can't get a full firing grip. And this pinky hangs off. With a magazine in, it's a little bit easier. But even with a magazine in, my pinky will fall off, and then it'll catch the magazine. Depending on what magazine I'm shooting, it'll pinch. So I just don't enjoy shooting this gun as much anymore, and therefore I don't actually train with it very often. So for me, this barrel is a good option for carrying, because you get a little bit of muzzle reduction or recoil reduction. And you're not necessarily, now I know I haven't put a lot of rounds to it, but I feel pretty confident. I would want to, before I carry it, I would want to put a bunch of jacketed hollow points, my carry ammo, 124 HSTs, 147 HSTs, and then Spear Gold Dot I carry as well. So I would want to put some of those through it before I carry it. But I feel pretty confident that it's going to be accurate and reliable. And I liked it. I think that for those of you that are looking to try something ported, this is a really good option without having to send your slide and barrel in. My buddy Steve said that he would not personally put this in an OEM Glock, that he would use it on something like a build if he was building a gun. But I personally disagree. I think for those of you who are wanting to try ported slides and barrels, or in this case, just a ported barrel, I think this is a really good option to see if it's something that you like before sending your slide and barrel off for something that's going to be permanent. So guys, I hope that helped. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments below. If you would, please like the video. And yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great week.